Former Rangers defender Jefte has offered a brutally honest take on Russell Martin's sacking at Ibrox. The Brazilian fullback, now playing for Palmeiras, opened up about his short spell under the former manager and shared his unfiltered thoughts on why things never quite worked out. In a revealing interview, the 21-year-old reflected on the tactical issues that plagued Martin's time in charge, and why he wasn't at all surprised to see it end the way it did, giving fans a greater view on how bad the situation under Martin really was. Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Rangers news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. But first, Rangers have confirmed the appointment of Danny Rohl as their new head coach on a 2.5-year deal. RFC News exclusively revealed last week that Rohl had informed the club that he no longer wished to be considered for the position. But the dramatic collapse of Kevin Muscat's return to Glasgow on Sunday night changed the picture and forced the Ibrox board to return to the negotiating table. And we revealed on Monday morning that Rohl was the man that was finally set to put pen to paper at Ibrox. It is understood he will bring a coach with a connection to Rangers with him on his staff. Rohl was interviewed for the post earlier this month and impressed the Rangers delegation. The former Sheffield Wednesday manager was in the running before Martin's appointment in the summer. RFC News reported that Rohl was eager to get down to business last week, ahead of the return to Premiership action against Dundee United. A lengthy recruitment drive saw the board turn their attentions to Muscat, and a deal was all but done before a late change of heart left supporters stunned. Ibrox sources have indicated that the discussions reached an advanced stage, but it has been suggested that the practicalities of the move have made it unworkable to all parties, while Muscat looks to a lead Shanghai Port to the Chinese Super League title in the coming weeks. Muscat was part of Alex McLeish's squad that won the treble in 2003, and was poised to return to Ibrox after forging a name for himself as a manager. The Australian is seeking to lead Port to the Chinese Super League title this term and add to the medals he collected with Melbourne Victory and Yokohama F Marinos. Stephen Smith oversaw the draw with United at the weekend as Rangers fell further adrift in the title race. James Tavernier rescued a point at Ibrox after United came from behind to lead following Tello Arsgaard's opener. Patrick Stewart, the chief executive officer, and sporting director Kevin Thelwell came in for more criticism from supporters during the fixture. A message which read, "Stewart, Thelwell, pack your bags and go before we pack them for you," was displayed at half-time. The players were also in the sights of the Union Bears, who displayed a banner stating, "No more buses to hide on, no more managers to hide behind. Face your failures like men in the first half." Kavanagh and Vice Chairman Parag Marath addressed supporters in the aftermath of Martin's sacking earlier this month, and they vowed to get the right man for the job after his disastrous reign came to an end. "When we took over the club this summer, we shared what we want to build for Rangers, to win trophies in Scotland and be able to compete at a high level in Europe," Kavanagh and Marath said. "We know achieving these goals will take time, but our performances and results have not been good enough. We know you are frustrated, we are too. We did not get this right, and it's our responsibility to fix it and get us back on track." Now, Jefte has admitted he was not at all surprised to see Russell Martin's reign as Rangers manager come to an abrupt end, insisting he saw the problems coming from his brief spell under the Englishman's leadership. The 21-year-old Brazilian fullback returned to his homeland earlier this year, signing for Palmeiras in a £6 million move after a short and turbulent spell at Ibrox. Having worked with Martin for only a matter of weeks, Jefte quickly formed the view that the manager's tactical ideas simply did not suit the group of players he inherited. Speaking candidly about his time in Glasgow, the young defender explained that while he respected Martin's methods, he always felt the system was ill-suited to Rangers' strengths, a mismatch that ultimately contributed to the club's struggles on the pitch and Martin's eventual dismissal. I respect the work of Russell Martin, but my style of play didn't fit with what he asked for, Jefte said. And I respect the decision he made while I was playing for Rangers. But the fans have every right to criticise when the squad isn't winning important games. I'd be lying if I said I was surprised he was sacked, but I'm not. Every coach has his own style, and no matter how much he tried to fit his style of play with the players, it didn't work. Sometimes, unfortunately, this happens. Jefte's own fortunes at Ibrox were affected almost immediately after Martin's arrival. The Brazilian sensed his time was up when Max Aarons, a natural right-back, was shifted across to the left flank, leaving him out of the team and often on the sidelines. Despite his frustration, he insists there was no ill feeling toward the manager, acknowledging that selection decisions are part and parcel of football life. I could see the kind of football he wanted us to play, Jefte added. It was clear he had an idea, but sometimes ideas don't match the reality of the squad. I had to accept that and keep working. I held my hands up and respected his choices, even if I wasn't involved. When the opportunity to join Palmeiras emerged, the move developed quickly. For Jefte, returning to Brazil wasn't something he had been actively pursuing, but the scale of the offer and the stature of the club made it impossible to turn down. Palmeiras is a giant, the biggest club in Brazil, he said. Of course, one of the biggest reasons I came to this club was to win titles. Palmeiras reaches practically all the finals, and I wanted to take a bigger leap in my career. The move was very smooth for me. It's the country where I've lived practically my whole life, so it was easy, but it all happened very fast. I didn't imagine returning to Brazilian football so soon. Jefte remains grateful for his time at Rangers, acknowledging that his spell in Scotland helped him mature as both a player and a professional. Despite the short stay, he believes the experience was an important step in his development. I thank Rangers for everything they did for me. They made me a new player, he continued. I learned a lot, but when you have an offer you can't refuse, you can't waste it. I needed to come to Palmeiras. Ultimately, Jefte's reflections paint the picture of a player who departed on good terms, but recognized early on that Martin's tactical vision, based on possession-heavy, risk-taking football, was ill-fitted to a squad built around power, directness, and discipline. For him, the writing was on the wall long before the results turned sour, and while he has since moved on to new challenges in Brazil, his comments echo the frustrations many Rangers fans shared during Martin's brief and ill-fated tenure at Ibrox. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We post all the latest Rangers news every single day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.